All right, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It is Wednesday.
It is.
Today we're going to divide this lesson in half. God's children through faith. Galatians chapter 3, starting at verse 23. Before the way of faith in Christ was available to us, we were placed under guard by the law. We were kept in protective custody, so to speak, until the way of faith was revealed. Let me put it another way. The law was our guardian until Christ came. It protected us until we could be made right with God through faith. And now that the way of faith has come, we no longer need the law as our guardian. For you are all children of God through faith in Christ Jesus. And all who have been united with Christ in baptism have put on Christ, like putting on new clothes. There is no longer Jew or Gentile, slave or free, male or female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. And now that you belong to Christ, you are the true children of Abraham. You are his heirs, and God's promise to Abraham belongs to you. That was the end of chapter 3, and we'll start chapter 4 next time. But the commentary for this is the picture of the law as a guardian is similar to a tutor giving a young child supervision and guidance. We no longer need that kind of supervision. The law teaches us the need for salvation. God's grace gives us that salvation. The Old Testament still applies today. In it, God reveals his nature, his will for humanity, his moral laws, and his guidelines for living. But we cannot be saved by keeping that law. We must trust in Christ. Some Jewish males greeted each new day by praying, "Lord, I thank you that I'm not a Gentile, a slave, or a woman." The role of women was enhanced by Christianity. Faith in Christ transcends these differences and makes all believers one in Christ. Make sure you do not impose distinction that Christ has removed, because all believers are his heirs. No one is more privileged or superior to anyone else. It is our natural inclination to feel uncomfortable around people who are different from us and to gravitate towards those who are similar to us. But when we allow our differences to separate us from our fellow believers, we are disregarding clear biblical teaching. Make a point to seek out and appreciate people who are not just like you and your friends. You may find that you have a lot in common with them. The original promise to Abraham was intended for the whole world, not just for Abraham's physical descendants. See Genesis chapter 12, verse 3. All believers participate in this promise and are blessed as children of Abraham. Paul uses the illustration of... no, it's too far. I went a little bit too far. So we'll correct that part right there. Okay.
I like how it points to the fact of, yes, we are all created by God, but we are not all God's children. You have to accept the gift God's offering you through faith to be a child of God. I like how it says that.
Yeah. Okay, we will continue this part of the lesson next time we get together. So hope everybody has a glorious day, and we'll talk to you later.